What if I told you that every time that you tried to Rizz somebody, you are actually doing physics? It's your boy Salt, aka Mr. Fine Drip, aka Mr. F, and I'm a high school and middle school physics teacher. When I was in college in the beginning, and even sometimes now, people always tell me things about how hard physics is, how they struggle and all of that. And I know more people can do physics than people lead on. And I just think it's funny to try to think of ways to help people understand physics and give them something to laugh at. So that's part of the reason why I became a teacher, and that leads me to want to be funny and showing people real world connections to physics. And in my opinion, if you want to make a real world connection to whatever subject you teaching, you got to turn that subject into a metaphor for something else. And in my case, I'm turning physics to a metaphor for Rizz, and Rizz a metaphor for physics. All right. So you might be thinking, like, how in the world is that even possible? All right. Well, let's start with the definition of Rizz. All right. The definition of Rizz, which is the same thing as game, is romantic charm, style, or the ability to effortlessly attract or flirt with a potential partner. All right. It's all kinds of physics words in that definition. But the funny thing is that the definition of physics is that physics is a basic science that studies matter, energy, and motion. Boom. That's all you need right there. So now, if I replaced the word Rizz in that definition, it would read that Rizz is a basic science that studies matter, energy, and motion. Boom. Think about that. When you say that somebody got Rizz, or you hear people say, oh, he got motion, boom, all of that stuff ties in together. Oh, my mama, it does. So my goal, when it's all said and done, is to have physics replace Rizz or game in people's conversation. So think about this. Imagine you out with one of your homies, or with your homies, and you see somebody that you want to holler at. For me, it'd be a girl. I see a girl I want to holler at, or you see somebody you want to holler at, and one of your friends say, when I was growing up, we would be like, man, you can't get her number. You ain't got no game. Or nowadays, I feel like kids would say, man, you can't get her number. You ain't got no Rizz. What I hope is that we get to a place where people say, man, you can't get her number. You don't know no physics, because that's funny. So by the end of this, you will be able to do two things. One, you will be able to pull more. Hey, it's like that. And you will be smarter. So thank you, boy, Salt now. Because you stick with me, it'll happen. So what I need you to do is follow, hit the like button, hit subscribe or whatever, and stay tuned for updates, because there's definitely more to come. With that being said, that's science. Holla at your boy, Salt Keys, and I'm out.